You may proceed.
Thank you. Calling to order the Stormwater Bylaw Working Group for August 27th, 2025. We gotta do a roll call vote. And John Salo,
Yes, here.
Josh Levy. Here. Sue Barber.
Not here yet.
All right. Janine Helwig. Preston Hall. Tom Ryder. Yep. Deb Anderson.
Here.
Trip Pace. Joe Prondak.
Here.
Oh, really? Wait, wow, all right, I didn't see Tom. All right, and Kevin Keane is here, so we don't have minutes to approve. So on the agenda, the next thing up is all regulations all the time.
All regulations all the time. Okay, I'm sharing my screen right now, I believe. So I have the participants up seeing when somebody comes in. But actually, let me change my screen share here. So Tom, if you well, no, I won't. Never mind. Ignore me. Okay. So can everybody see my screen with all of you lovely people on it?
Yes.
What am I supposed to be seeing?
Yeah.
Me? My
Just
desktop, or at the moment you can see somebody speaking, I suppose, or you see
see a
the
list.
web page, a list. Yes.
The SharePoint.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So now you should see the two documents we were working on yesterday.
Yeah.
On the left is the regulations, on the right is the bylaw. Is that correct? And I have colored the bylaw blue, so we know the difference between the two documents.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Is the size acceptable, amenable to everybody online and in person?
Yes.
Okay.
Got it.
All right. All right. So going down to where we left off last night.
10 point. Oh, where were we?
We're on number 3, monitoring and maintenance, under 10 point. Oh, 10 point, section 10.
Yeah.
10.4, which is the general requirements. Yeah, you with me?
Yeah, I'm fine looking.
Okay, and then down to number 3, which is monitoring and maintenance. Try to ignore the formatting right now. I'm working on reformatting the document. I got about halfway through it today.
Good job.
So you should see a cleaner version later.
All right, right, we did depth of refusal in 10.4, and then we went on.
Yeah, we ended on the clearly marking off the protected areas, such as trees and other things that aren't to be touched during construction. Are we all together now?
All together
Yes.
now.
Okay. So isn't that a song?
All
that a song?
together now. It's Beatles, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Again, I am aging myself. Okay. Let me get down to section 10 on the bylaw too, so we're in the same general vicinity. And okay, so monitoring and maintenance. So monitoring and maintenance doesn't particularly show up on here, I don't think. No, it doesn't show up in this section in the bylaw. We have just pre-construction, construction, and post-construction. However, I felt it appropriate that we added a little bit of an additional section to it. Right. Yeah, it still exists under the overarching pre-construction requirements, but I felt like monitoring and maintenance was like a subcategory of that.
Sure.
Okay. So, and
Is
as
that
far,
from the, not the, where's
that
this
what?
coming, where's it coming from? Is this from the old regs that never were voted on, or?
well, so yes, so like the first, so A.
Yeah.
Most of it seems to come from the
B,
construction
C.
inspection section of the old draft
Of
regulation.
the original draft, yes, correct.
Yeah,
Okay. So the first one was to the extent permitted by state law or if authorized by the owner or other party in control of the property, the Department of Public Works, its agents, officers, and employees may enter upon privately owned property for the purpose of performing their duties under the stormwater bylaw and promulgated regulations, and may make or cause to be made such examinations, surveys, or sampling as the Director of Public Works or their designee deems reasonably necessary. Chris might say we need to take that out, but that was in the original, so I kept it. Are we good with that language?
yeah. Works for me. I mean, it says permission, right? Or, if authorized by the firm.
Well, no, I mean, it says the extent permitted by law.
Yeah.
Or if authorized,
Right,
so I guess that means to me. I don't know if there's anything in the law that allows them to go on without permission, but
yeah, I know. But if there were. We could,
Okay, can you still hear me?
yeah,
Okay, good. My headset went a little funky for a second. Okay. The second one, inspections by the applicant or its authorized representative must include all areas of the site disturbed by construction activity, as well as areas used for storage of materials exposed to precipitation. Inspectors must look for evidence of or the potential for pollutants entering the stormwater conveyance system.
okay,
I
Do we
would
ma-
probably change stormwater conveyance system to say entering the MS4.
sure.
do we require inspections by the applicant?
If you're getting a permit, yeah.
But aren't the inspections usually by the building department or?
They are, but they're supposed to inspect on their own to identify, especially after rain events or something, when erosion and control or something like that might be affected. So they should be inspecting their site weekly
It also
or
depends on the
bi-weekly.
size of the project, because if it's a
Right.
larger project, they should have an environmental monitor.
Yeah, on building permits, we already have a erosion control inspection point that
Yeah,
and it's actually done at the time of excavation for the foundation. But
Yep.
like we talked about last night, some of this ought to shift over to the demolition permit.
And we have pre-construction meetings that we look over the erosion controls during that.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is like we could, because I basically want to make sure that they're still monitoring their site for their things. They're not waiting for us to catch it.
Right. Agreed.
So I don't know if we want to change that to say periodic inspections are to be performed by the applicant.
Maybe it's because inspections is a sort of an official term, like it'd be in the. Our definitions, would it be assessment by the application or? I mean, are they doing official inspections? We're just asking them to check the property, right?
Yeah, we're just asking them to look at
Right.
everything and make sure everything is functioning the way it's supposed to in betwixt the time that we get there and have our regular
Right.
times.
Right.
Because if they pull a permit and then it's 2 months later before they get to the first inspection date. For that 2
Yeah.
months, we don't want them waiting for 2 months for somebody to say, hey, your erosion controls suck.
Maybe applicant must assess or review or it's.
Oh, how about if we do this? If we add at the end of this, applicant shall accommodate inspections by the authority having jurisdiction when required.
Well, we kind of addressed that earlier, I thought.
Mhm.
Or maybe it's later. I can't remember where it is in the document because I've been looking at this for days on end. Um.
Okay, Joe, you're saying you want to just add like a placeholder or at least a claim that the inspectors can go in?
Yeah, if, in other words, if we designate certain inspections, we want to see, we want to see depending on what the erosion control, I mean, right now, I think we're just in erosion control. We're not in construction of the systems. Am I correct?
Correct. We're just in the erosion and the stormwater management and erosion control plan requirement.
Right. So it wouldn't hurt to have it in there twice, a couple times, just so the authority is clear. Because most builders aren't going to read this. They're just going to call us up and say, what do we have to do? So,
Okay,
I'd like to have it in there a couple of times, just so we can be very clear that we can require inspections on any of this whenever we ask for them.
right,
But is there a second part, like, or inspections or assessments by the owner? That, I mean, would that go in the operation and maintenance plan? Like, it's expected that the owner will
yeah.
monitor their own property?
Yeah,
That would be in the later, this is just in erosion control plan, right?
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
Oh,
confused.
you're right, okay.
This is beginning of the project, or even before, as the project is just getting
this is
started.
during construction. So during construction requirements. So during construction, we need to have monitoring and maintenance. And during construction, we are expecting that the applicant or person or whoever would be inspecting the site on some semi-regular basis.
So
Right.
does it matter that our permits have more specifications?
No, we can add a sentence in here saying that additional or added inspections may be required based on site constraints, parameters, or project type. I don't know.
Let me make a suggestion,
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
and it's a little hard without seeing what follows, since you've done so much work that I've seen. But the point is, and Tom or Joe may have already checked this, but in the Natick document for regulations, there's a very nice succinct list of when the owner is going to do inspections. There's a list of about 8 places, and it's all the logical things, before you're, filling in and before you're doing this and, at different places. It just, to me, I find it the way it is now, it's kind of confusing about who's doing inspections and when they're occurring. So you might take a look, doesn't need to be now, but Tom may have looked at this already, but I kind of came across that and it just seemed like it might be helpful.
Where was that?
Section 9 you're talking about?
Yeah, I don't have
Yeah,
right in front of me, but
It's towards the end, inspection of site supervision for stormwater erosion control permits.
yeah, it's.
Is this the document, John?
Yeah, it's the Natick regulation. I'm looking at, it's under part Roman numeral 6, construction inspections. And it's very fault that inspections should occur before each of the following events with the purposes of scheduling construction inspection. And it lists, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. Site clearing and rough grading has been substantially completed. Pre-bed before final grading, before burying of backfilling.
Oh, yeah, here it is, I see it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it may get covered later on. That's what I'm not sure, but it seems like it might be something good to consider including.
And it's specifying that they will, notify Concom or designate agent 3 days before each of the following events. Yeah. Is that important? Joe?
Yeah, only that, you know, it gives us time to schedule it. Sometimes, you know, if they call the same morning, there will be days when we can't get to you.
But are
What
these,
section are you at?
Joe, the places
Section 6.
you would be looking to have an inspection done?
I'm just reading them now, John.
Okay.
If they would stay still for a minute.
Okay.
Sorry.
Uh, can we go? So are we really looking at B? No,
I
A
believe
is-
so.
Yeah, B1, and then goes A, B, C, D.
Erosion sedimation control,
This is-
measures are in place and stabilized. Site clearing, rough grading have been successfully completed. Pre-bed rough grading, ferry inspection, prior to backfilling any underground storage system, conveyance or structure. The underground recharge is somewhat a conveyance structure. Well, when we say, Tom, any underground recharge or stormwater conveyance system structure, does that mean piping? I would want to make sure that piping is included.
Right, I'm not sure, I have to reread that again, but,
Yeah, if we could
But
just
it
add
sounds like-
piping in there somewhere.
yeah.
So do we
And
like all of these? Is that what you were saying?
kinda, yeah, and I would just want to put another one that says,
Piping, so we know
you know,
where it's.
like a
it's directed
catch-all,
towards.
something we
Yeah.
could, you know, say, additional inspections may be required by the authority having jurisdiction. Whether it be Concom planning us.
Similar to
Tom.
that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, well, number 2 kind of says it.
Right, exactly. I just wouldn't be specific about it being conservation. I'd say other
Right.
permitting authorities may
Yep.
require.
Why,
Authority
what's
having
wrong with
jurisdiction.
conservation?
Nothing, but I don't want to limit it to just you. I want you to share the wealth.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
I can share. I'm a good sharer.
AHJ is the proper acronym,
AHJ.
authority having jurisdiction, very
Oh,
common.
okay.
in building
Gotcha.
construction. Just
Okay,
that, you know,
so,
to add to the list of acronyms that we have.
so
We need
what
one
we're
more.
saying is that we want to change this inspections B to read a title of construction inspections and include all of this.
Kinda, yeah, let's see what it looks like if we put it in there.
Yeah, Kim, you may have to sort of blend it with what we already have, but
Yeah,
perhaps we don't need to hammer out every detail now unless we want to.
I think put it in there and then we'll see as we go.
Because I don't think it shows up later on.
Hmm,
I haven't read the full story yet, but
right. What's Tom think?
Yeah, we can add some of the stuff, like we can mesh it in afterwards, like. Instead of going through it all, John, your hands up still, or?
no, sorry.
Okay. All right,
He's
so.
He's just saying hi.
I made my peace. Trying to make it go away.
He's giving us a
Right.
little princess wave right now.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so if that's in, then that's our B.
Hold your petunias here. Hold on a second.
Yeah, so I have in my notes to add needed information, stuff in there. I think there should be, like a photo documentation, like they should be doing their own photo documentation, submitting.
Oh,
To us.
okay.
Um, I want to be careful on that because it's very difficult as it is now to manage all the information that I get into my building permits.
Well, this will be like afterwards, like when they're doing the as-built certifications and stuff. The engineer should submit that they were, inspected.
Yeah, I'm still reluctant on that. I'd prefer not to store those.
Put it in the right, yeah.
Obviously, the numbering is not correct, so just bear with me.
We have to pay Natick royalty fee or something.
Was
We have
that,
to what?
Pay Natick royalties. I'm sure they'll be flat. That's just fine.
they probably
I
stole it.
think we should just say,
Yeah, right.
we had the same exact thought.
That's right.
I met with them about a year ago to see like where they had their issues. And, they said doing the 2 permits. Yeah, doing a permit because it got confusing,
Right.
so. So they do have a permit category, it's not going through building department, so. But everything else goes to the building department, so they just, when you get your building permit, you get your stormwater permit at that time.
Okay, so we just have the language in there right now. We can, I have to fix the formatting anyway, so we can
Okay.
go back to it afterwards. All right. So sedimentation, oops, sorry. Let me just get this down. There we go. Sedimentation and erosion control measures identified in the stormwater management and erosion control plan must be observed to ensure proper operation. Discharge locations must be inspected to verify that erosion control measures are effectively preventing significant impacts to the MS4 or receiving water bodies. Where discharge locations are inaccessible, nearby downstream locations must be inspected to the extent practicable.
No comment from me.
Right. Deb, John, anything?
Do we want to refer to this replacement one that we had up here earlier too, or no? That was just saying you had to have replacement stuff on site, but I don't know if that matters for this one during construction.
I think it's good.
It seems okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Next one, areas where vehicles enter or exit the site must be inspected for evidence of off-site sediment tracking. Controls must be inspected and maintained regularly to ensure continued effectiveness.
Can we make that daily? Instead of regularly?
Yeah.
That's one of the areas where we have it's a constant challenge.
so are they supposed to be,
Maintained daily or inspected daily?
Um, Areas where vehicles enter must be inspected for evidence of off-site sedimentation, tracking controls. It must be inspected.
This should
daily.
say stormwater management controls here, or SCMs.
And if there's a lot of dust, aren't they supposed to water it down?
We don't have that. We have that during demolition. not
Oh, okay.
necessarily During construction.
Right.
Inspected daily and maintained to ensure continued. So just take out the second regularly would be my thought on that.
Or do you want to say maintained promptly?
Yeah, we could just say that too.
Any failure or breach must be corrected immediately to prevent sediment discharge. The permitting authority or its designee may perform inspections at various stages of the project to verify the document compliance. Hey, there's the inspection. To verify and document compliance. So we
Okay,
might be repeating what we had above,
okay.
but
Can't-
I could
Can't
add,
say it enough.
I could add this any failure part up until to prevent sediment discharge to the previous one, because it kind of applies to D. And then get rid of E altogether.
Yeah, okay. Does that work, Joe?
I'm confused.
So I would
D-
say any
D-
fail, I would add to the end of this sentence, end of this statement. Any failure or breach must be corrected immediately to prevent sediment discharge. And then I would remove the sentence, the permitting authority or its designee may perform inspections, because we already cover it in that previous one we just added.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, got that.
Okay,
So what if they do notice discharge? Are they supposed to notify the pertinent authorities?
Promptly clean and re
Correct, yeah.
incorrect, yeah.
Yeah, well, we say maintain promptly. That's what
I'm
they
just saying, because if it's going in a wetland, then we want to be notified, essentially.
Wouldn't that say
So
that in your order of conditions as well?
Yes,
It's going to the street, I just rather, rather than just sweep it back and clean it up and rebuild their,
Whatever they had.
yeah, whatever they had, yeah.
okay,
Like,
so you don't want to be
Don't come to
notified.
us and say, what do I do,
Right, yeah, yeah.
I don't like the words, but I'll fix it. So I just
Okay.
added at the end of the sentence, so you get corrected immediately to prevent sediment discharge and may require notification to the permitting authority if directed. How's that, Deb?
Yeah, because if they do,
Sounds good, thank you.
if it's been going
You're
on for a week, and it's going to the catch basin, they're gonna need to clean it, they're gonna need to,
Yeah,
Yeah, I would take out if directed. Otherwise, we're gonna get, well, nobody told me to.
I was just thinking like I would say, I don't want to say order of conditions because that's only for, well, not only for, but generally for conservation. But I'm
Right.
just saying anybody, any permitting authority could require notification.
Yeah, leaves it kind of up to us to judge it. But
Okay. I'll work on the language a little bit, Devin. See how I can pretty it up for you. Excuse me.
yeah, a little AI magic, okay.
Yeah, I'll do a little AI magic and we'll get back to this. Okay, compliance with applicable standards is the next section under the same, under construction category. So we're still working in the 7.10.4.2 of the bylaw section, right? So
Right.
compliance with applicable standards. All measures shall be designed, installed, and maintained in accordance with the latest Massachusetts Stormwater Handbook, local stormwater regulations, and other applicable standards. I would
Wow.
say local stormwater bylaw instead of regulations, because we're writing the regulations. That seems weird.
Right, oh, yeah.
Tom, could you clarify why? You know, so now we have the stormwater bylaw, we have the stormwater regulations, and it seems like the Massachusetts Stormwater Handbook is is another document that we need, and that the applicants need. When does that kick in? What exactly is in there?
Yeah, that kicks in when it's a commercial industrial structure. More than 4 lots. In the wetlands jurisdiction, those are typically what kicks in the Massachusetts Stormwater Handbook. And
So
some
is
of the
that-
conditions like may not be able to be met by some of the, I know all the towns put that in there, but technically, the typical 10,000 square foot property can't meet those requirements.
Of the handbook.
Of the handbook,
Yeah.
because they're gonna be 10 feet, they're gonna be within 10 feet of the building structure, they're gonna be 10 feet, within 10 feet of the property line. So,
The front yard, the front line's in 10 feet within of the vacuum line.
and then there's also, there's other requirements too that just make it difficult to meet. Like this
So
is a-
Joe, I don't know if
Yeah.
this helps you at all.
Yeah, I don't want to read the whole thing tonight, because I'm sure those expand every one of them.
Well, so I'm thinking just these highlighted things. So the handbook contains formalized standards that apply to all commercial, industrial, residential, and transportation projects in Massachusetts to ensure water quality and quantity controls. So it does
But not
apply to
all
residential technically,
But not
but
all
not-
residential.
correct. And it also has a technical guidance in providing detailed methods and information on design, construction, and maintenance of structural and non-structural BMPs, although they're SEMs now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are several other books that come with it, like the BMP, how to design BMPs, now SEMs. Yeah, and there's other framework in there, but
Yeah,
But in
I mean,
general,
if this is a true regulation, then we really ought to be looking through it to see if we've created any conflicts. Where one says, we say you don't have to do this, or you do have to do this, and you know what I mean? It just.
So
This,
the only yeah, just to point that out, that this is really for single family house construction or construction that doesn't trigger the stormwater policy. Because that will require, because the stormwater handbook is gonna require some above and beyond stuff, like they have to do the 210 and 100-year storm pre and post condition documents. They have to do certain treatments prior to discharge.
Okay.
So we are taking a little bit of it, but not the whole thing, like, we're not having them do reports for a house.
I think we should be clear on that somehow in the language that.
Yeah, and I'm kind of struggling with that too, only because I've seen it in other towns and they like, yeah, okay, I know it says that, but. Going around with hey, this is a small lot, how do you put in a system that you physically can't fit based
Yeah.
on the requirements of the stormwater handbook?
So do we need to have the reference to the stormwater handbook in our reg?
Me too.
I think there are some good reference points to it, so we have to be clear where it ends though, right?
Yeah, we need to,
Bylaw, I think we said that, I think in our bylaw, we did specify.
I thought even the regs and the general provisions, you were mentioning it. Getting it now.
So, yeah, so 6762.
You know, and I think if, you know, when this goes to town meeting for approval, not, although they're only approving the bylaw, like Katie has kind of said, you know, we need to have the regulations available. I think anybody who scrutinizes this is going to have the same question. Okay, well, what is this, and what applies, what doesn't apply?
Yeah.
Um,
So Coca-Cola comes to us and says, you know, they want to follow the bylaw. They can, but they also have to follow the stormwater handbook, so. So they'll have to do the 1.5 inches, which the stormwater handbook does not have. But they have to do the 210 and 100, they have to go through the checklist. There's a checklist for, are you doing LIDs? You know, there's 10 standards that they have to check through. We're not gonna do we don't have 10 standards here.
So
right,
Joe,
but
maybe this would help you better. So I'm trying to come up with a good summary of it. So basically, the handbook was developed, so the handbook was made
I
by
think-
DEP.
And Joe's right, though, I think we need to like really clarify this.
Yep, for design but it's guidance and standards when they're designing
Mm.
and implementing
Right.
stormwater management systems. It's not another regulation. So it's not like we're meeting
Yeah.
another state of regs, you know what I'm saying?
It's a different threshold and it's different standards, right?
Correct. Like there's nothing they can't say, or they're not can't, but it's not like they're gonna say, as per the stormwater handbook, you violated that. Like you can't necessarily violate it. It's just not built
it's
to
not
the
a
mass.
regulation.
Right. It's more of a guidance document to see how you are to define what designs and stormwater systems in Massachusetts are designed to be compliant. If that even makes sense.
I understand that,
No, okay, okay.
but how, the question is how and when and to whom do we apply it?
Yeah.
Or do we apply it at all, or do we just say, hey, by the way, check this and try and comply with some of that as well? You know, to what level do we do this?
Hmm.
I think that is important, because I could say, look, when we passed the original bylaw. One of the attorneys that was working on the committee, you know, he had a project. And he says to me, this is exempt. And I said, this is a commercial building. You need to do X, Y, Z, and he's like, and he's pulling the bylaws, like, I was one of them who wrote this, well, like, yeah, but. This doesn't apply, you have to go to the stormwater handbook. You know, cause
So we
it's
should
commercial.
reference that, right, okay.
But if,
Yeah, we
if
gotta get
the,
it.
So,
if the handbook is not a regulation, it's only design guidelines. Then
Then, right,
we can't, we
it's-
can't require it, we can suggest it. Say, you know, design guidelines in the stormwater handbook should be considered, something along those lines.
no, we can say that we are requiring to follow that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
yes, we can, but should we? We've already got a ton of stuff in here.
Yeah, but we're talking for the projects that are like
Yeah,
commercial ones and.
yeah, and they can also select, there's also standards in there on how to treat for certain, total suspended solids or phosphorus, so. So there'd be B&P, SEMs now.
Yeah, so then we
That,
should
you
be
know, how
clear
to
on.
design a rain garden, how to design, they do have like a whole book on it, so it's.
Yeah,
So go to
but we
the,
should,
go to the
we need to
book,
be
pull up a
clear.
design, make it fit your property.
Could we add something in section 4 applicability? Like, if we have A through F added G. And say. certain projects of certain, of a
To the
certain
maximum extent
scale.
practical, did
Yeah.
we say something that before?
I don't
Maximum
know.
feasible compliance with,
And say in reference that we are. We look to the handbook as as not guidance, but as requirements.
And where there's any conflict with this bylaw, the more stringent requirements apply.
Yes. Good old. Thank you, that's a good one.
But again, to every project, you
No,
know, okay,
not to every project.
I don't feel like it should be applicability. I feel like it should be under design criteria though. No?
Well, I think are we nodding to the authority, or like the authority of the handbook? Because we're supposed. Or even do we put on the authority?
I don't know, I think,
those are the
if we're,
standards.
if we're putting it in a regulation, we should fully understand we should be, we should take the time to read through that book and understand just what we're subjecting people to.
I see a point. Yeah.
I feel like we're being like my mother and just saying, just do it because I said so.
Right, but we don't know what we're telling
Yeah.
them to do in reality.
All right, so
Yeah.
our underneath, under the regulations
Yeah,
section of the bylaw, we had in there, let me just minimize this so it's a little bit smaller. We had in there that the DPW director and or their designee will utilize the policy, criteria, and information, including specifications and standards of the most recent edition of the handbook for execution of the provisions of this bylaw, unless otherwise specified in the stormwater regulations. Stormwater management practices that are designed, constructed, and maintained in accordance with the design and sizing criteria will be presumed to be protective of Massachusetts water quality standards. So in other words, unless we say under the regulations that they don't have to go by the stormwater handbook, we're presuming that they're designing them based on that.
I don't think that this says the DPW or their designee will use the policy criteria in information. Doesn't say the applicant will.
okay. All right, that's a big one.
Well, the director is because they're doing it in the execution of the provisions of the bylaw. That's not the applicants doing something there. Like we're using this in our bylaw as a basis of how we define the criteria, specs, and standards, but whatever, supposedly. Although maybe I'm not saying that correctly.
Could we ask Chris Heap? I mean. He might have some thoughts on like. The language one, where do we stand?
Kim, can you scroll that over a little bit just so I can read the
Yeah.
whole thing?
Hold on.
So this is what we, I can see this.
Utilize policy
Check
criteria,
this and,
information,
yeah.
including specifications.
Can you still share screen so they can see also?
Education for execution
Okay.
provision.
Don't read it,
What's
don't read it
otherwise
right now.
specified in the stormwater regulations.
Tom pulled up the,
Accordance with
stormwater
design
regulations.
criteria.
Where is it?
Yeah, I don't even, again, I'm trying to look at this from a novice perspective and
Yeah,
Uh,
specified.
I get Tom's point that like, someone's gonna say. Why, they're gonna read the bylaw and the regs and think that they have to go no further.
Yeah,
So we need to have something that says, for certain projects, you are gonna go further. And we're gonna recognize the handbook.
Didn't we have a discussion at one point about commercial versus residential?
Yeah.
And we were trying to make a distinction that commercial has more requirements related to the stormwater handbook,
Yeah,
residential doesn't, is that the right distinction?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and like subdivisions, over 5, over 4 lots. Yeah. Right,
Yeah, but and it also needs to be clear to, so we often talk commercial and residential being separate, but what about residential, especially now with the MBTA communities coming in?
Yeah,
We
mixed
have
use.
residential projects that are multifamily.
Yeah.
I just think it needs to, if we're going to use the stormwater handbook, number one, we should spell out exactly which projects it applies to. Otherwise, there's gonna be ununiformity across the board. And
there's a,
we need to know exactly what we're subjecting them to,
right.
and that there's no conflicts. We don't want to end up in a situation where, oh yeah, but because we have a lot of specificity in the regulations. And, we're gonna get into these arguments where people say, well, I complied with your regulation. I just, I don't know, I just see a lot of conflict here.
Yeah,
I don't think there's as much conflict as you think, but I do think there's some, right? And I think other towns, the way they address it is they just turn around, look the other way.
Yeah, I don't
I don't wanna do that.
I don't
no,
want to do that either.
so,
Right, I'll work with Kim, we'll draft up, I'll kind of show you what the standards are for the stormwater policy. And then show like where we should not be requiring projects. Certain projects, because it will make it, we wouldn't be able to approve them, based on the stormwater policy.
Is it gonna be easier to list the types of projects that are exempt from the stormwater handbook
Yeah.
application?
But yeah, I think so, yeah.
right, because you don't know what the future will bring, and who's building what, but you
Yeah.
can say, we intend this for this.
Yeah.
All right, and then we should nod to that, they will have to follow that. Put it, Kim, you were thinking under. I thought applicability, but you thought under permits? Or?
I was thinking, we need to put it where? I'm sorry, I was typing and
yeah.
whatever,
Oh, yeah.
what we were,
No problem. If we put a nod, we had to put some text about this, where would you put it?
about using the
Design
handbook?
criteria.
Yeah, it's referencing that there's a handbook that is required for.
Oh, under the design criteria.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what, yeah,
okay,
All design should be based on a bit, should be adhering to what we say here, the criteria, specifications and standards in the Massachusetts Stormwater Handbook.
Right, but not all designs.
Right. So we would have to say what designs would be included, like what designs, what things would have to be designed to those things. Like, is it a specific project type or is it a size that we're talking about?
this might fall within like. If they have more than 4,000 square feet of impervious area, then, that may trigger some more of the handbook requirements.
yeah,
But
we have to read the handbook, don't we, or do you know it so well, that?
there's so many sections of it, but yeah, so it's, there's 10 standards and I was looking for them to show you, but.
Right.
I'm just looking through the regulations, section 4.2 references the stormwater handbook as well.
Okay. And when Janine, you're here, just saw you.
Oh, sorry, I might need to add her volume up here. Hold on a second. Sorry, Janine, I didn't see you
I'm
come
here.
in.
No, it's
Oh,
okay.
you're here.
Sorry, I was like,
Okay.
yeah,
Nope, that's okay. Thank
Welcome.
you.
thank you.
Welcome. Tom, did you say there were 10?
I believe there's 10, standard one, computations to show the discharge does not cause scour erosion, peak rate attenuation, recharge, soil evaluation, recharge volume sizing. And then you have to do calculations on drawdown analysis, capture area, mounting analysis. Some of this stuff, I don't see the reason for doing that. For required water quality volume. 5 and 6, computations demonstrating compliance with standard 4. Computation shows the peak rate attenuation, recharge, and water quality treatments is proven to the maximum extent practicable. You can kind of hear the tone of this. This is like for a single family house.
Yeah, this would,
Computations related to size and erosion sediment controls. So I guess there's 8. I thought there were 10.
There's 10.
There is 10.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm only seeing 8 right now.
Hold, please.
Are you looking it up? Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's faster.
Can
Huh?
can we blow that up? I can't read it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so maybe some of them they just,
do you scroll up to 10? I see illicit discharges and
okay,
flooding large projects. Right,
and then there's a form that have like an engineer check through all the boxes. And then there's a redevelopment checkbox as well.
We could include this table as an appendix.
All right,
It's
Don't you just love AI?
right, but what is, like number 10, flooding / large projects. Okay, what's a large project?
greater than 2 acres impervious.
Yeah. Greater than 2 acres. Impervious,
So
not total.
Not gonna apply for see, that's not gonna apply for a single family house, so.
They must say 2.
Yeah, that's.
And they paved it all.
Right, and they paved it all. They had a really big patio. Okay. All right, do you want to work on that with Kim?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think it's important to, make sure that they're on the right path.
Yeah. Right, you've been asked about it before. So.
Yep.
Okay,
So we can work on including that in the document. I don't know if you want to include it in the bylaw, if you want to include it in the, I don't think the bylaw would be good because it could change if Massachusetts decides to change it. I think it's better in the regulations, but that's up to you.
They already drafted a new one.
Yep.
Last winter,
yeah,
Yeah, they review it I think it's 3 to 5 years. I don't remember what the timetable is, but
well, they review it, but they don't do anything, but they really drafted a new one. And I don't think they processed it. Or approved it yet, maybe Deb knows. But. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
you're muted,
Can't hear you, Deb.
Deb, you're muted. He's in the dark. You unmute? There
Sorry,
you go.
I am on vacation. Other things are happening. I'm sorry, what was the question?
I said
Stormwater
the,
handbook. Massachusetts
they-
Stormwater handbook, they just reviewed it or whatever. Did they ever change anything on it?
I have no idea.
They sent over a new document last winter for draft.
For the stormwater handbook,
Yeah,
you don't know if they actually updated it?
I don't know if they finalized it.
I don't know. Sorry, I failed.
They usually wait till after an election year before they do something like that, so.
Mm,
Hey, all right, if we're gonna make those changes, do you wanna move on to post-construction requirements?
Yep, hold on.
Right.
The last official update was 2008.
mm.
No, 24. Right?
Yeah, it's by the
Well,
end
it
of
said it was expected at the end of
Expected by then.
2024, but yeah.
Yeah, so that's right, in the winter time, it's May.
Expected by the end
Yeah.
of 2024.
The most recent formal published version is 2008. However, draft updates were circulated in late 2023 with final implementation anticipated by late 2024, though as of now, those updates have not yet been formally adopted.
All right,
There's your answer.
That's what I thought, I'm not going crazy.
well, you might.
Josh, don't you just love AI?
This way. Yeah.
It's scary because sometimes it's wrong.
Yeah.
It is. You have to be,
No,
you have
no.
to at least know the topic you're searching on it and know if it's not, if it's,
And then they go.
It hallucinates. It's really scary.
some depending on which one you use to, some of them not formulated, but they're coded to they want to make you happy, or like they want to give you the answer you want, which is not what you're looking for.
Right.
So you want to make sure you use a reputable one. So don't just use any AI, but I'm just saying. Anyways, okay.
Usually my phone will just ask me if I want AI to help me, and I say yes. I didn't know I had options.
You do. Okay.
All right, post-construction requirements. One,
Post-construction.
let's have it.
General performance standards, okay?
Yeah.
For all projects subject to this bylaw, or to the stormwater bylaw, The stormwater management and erosion control plan shall include measures designed and implemented to prevent or minimize increases in stormwater volumes and flows to the MS4, as well as pollutant loading to the MS4 and receiving waters. Much of this is the handbook standards anyways. Okay, post-construction conditions shall not result in changes to existing conditions on abutting properties or public ways due to increased volume or peak rate of stormwater runoff, erosion, silting, flooding, displacement, sedimentation, or adverse impacts to wetlands and other resource areas as defined in the Wetlands Protection Act or the Needham bylaw, wetlands bylaw. It's a very long
Okay.
sentence. I'll fix the sentences and stuff like that, but where any proposed discharge may affect streams, wetlands, and or the MS4 or its conveyance system, the DPW director and or their designee may require minimization or elimination of such impacts based on site conditions and the capacity of the existing stormwater system.
Yeah,
Or
Yeah.
should I say, where proposed discharge may affect streams, blah, 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 but DPW director and or their designee, although I would have said DPW director or the permitting authority.
Yeah,
yeah,
I like that.
Okay.
great.
All right. The next section is under design. This is, we're now in post-construction. So we're at the end of they've already
Right.
built everything, this is what needs to be happening post-construction. So I just want to make sure we're all clear what we're referencing here. Oops, where am I? Oh, post-construction, I went too far, Post-construction. Post-constructions. Post-construction measures shall at a minimum provide a combined volumetric capacity to recharge at least 1.5 inches of rainfall over the total impervious area of the site, including all buildings and other impervious surfaces. Compliance with these requirements shall be demonstrated through pre- and post-development hydrologic and hydraulic analysis, drainage calculations, and supporting documentation prepared, stamped, and certified by a qualified professional engineer and submitted to the permitting authority for review and approval. That's not, I don't think that's necessarily applicable to every project, but
Yeah, so let's figure out where the threshold is, where that's required.
Okay,
I think the intention was over 4,000 square feet of impervious area. So John, do you have a thought on that?
No, I'm not sure. I mean, it's a little confusing here because this is under the heading of design standards. So we're basically just saying that we got to meet the design standards that were set forth earlier.
Yeah, are we saying anything new?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost, when I see that design standards heading, I immediately think, why the heck is this showing up here under construction? The design standards were set way back in the beginning.
I
Ah,
I agree with John.
okay,
so I can take
So
design
could-
standards off.
So I'm wondering why why do we need to repeat this?
Yeah,
Other than the 1.5 inches of rainfall, although we can add that to the
but
pre-construction.
even the 1.5 inches, that's already in the bylaw, so it can't be changed by the regulations. So at best, we're just repeating ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I think we can remove it, right? If it's not saying anything new.
So gone?
And so,
So,
what do you think? Yeah,
I'm just. We need some, I think we need some more. Clarity on what the design standards are, so where we have the design standards before, I think we just, not talking about the.
Or
inch
we
and a
could
half
say the
stuff.
design standards need to be the Massachusetts handbook or something, I don't know. But that's not applicable to all.
Well, I'm thinking design standards as far as, you must, well, if you follow the stormwater handbook, you have to have a 2-foot offset from the bottom of your infiltration chamber to the estimated seasonal high groundwater. You have to, you have to mitigate the 2, the 10, and 100-year storm event. You have to collect a certain amount of water. So. I guess if I just want to make sure that we're clear enough that we're referencing the stuff that we want to see, not the whole handbook, but.
Right, but
Tom, how
And
big,
then there comes the case where we want to show, we want them to do a design of like, are we gonna allow connection to the town's drainage system if they're in the groundwater table? And my thought is like, they should be storing that water on their property, not discharging and having for
Yeah.
new construction.
yeah,
Okay,
So
I'm
But-
going to put this in
there
the
should be a design
highlight.
standard for that.
I mean, that's
gonna
all
put-
important stuff, but it belongs back under the, probably general requirements.
Yeah, so I just wanna make sure that we do go back and,
All right,
and so when they go through the checklist, they can. Hey, I'm 2 feet into the groundwater table with my foundation, and I plan on some pumping it into the town's drainage system. And theirs is like, first thing you gotta do is here's the standard. The first thing you have to do is pump it to a dry well system on your property, and then we'll consider an overflow as
Yeah.
a relief, just in case.
Um,
yeah.
so
Then
Tom,
like that,
Yeah. and
Under
then-
the
and then
low-
that will have its own criteria.
yeah,
under the low permeability soils, which is the next section, I have the language we had about a small diameter drain.
Where are you going? Can you go back to the pre-construction stuff and see if did we discuss these important issues that Tom is talking about?
I don't think we did. I don't think we touched that.
Oh, maybe that's the place where it,
Yeah.
Pre-construction, we had
well, actually, yeah, we
There
have
we go.
general
soil
requirements.
testing.
Yeah,
So you want me to move that up to under pre-construction?
it feels like, we're saying that, right, design standards moves up to.
After free,
At least A and B.
Right. There should be no design standards in the post-construction section, because the system should have already been completely designed.
So it should be under general requirements, 10.4. Before pre-construction, or does it go into pre-construction?
maybe pre-construction should be design standards.
Okay. Yeah,
That's what that's what they should be designing stuff, pre-construction.
I agree.
all right, so we call it pre-construction now, we call it design standards. Put the other parts A and B in there along with what's there now.
I mean, this is the place to put anything that we
Yeah.
felt what's in the bylaw doesn't have enough detail or needs more definition.
Yeah,
This is where it
Okay.
would belong.
I think I could swap you guys with a bunch of stuff on, in that section, so maybe Kim and I
that'd be great.
can talk about it. Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
think that would be a good approach.
Okay. All right,
Okay, all right, I moved it.
thanks. All
Okay,
right, so then we're up to runoff quality and pre-treatment requirements.
yep. For commercial projects and large residential projects, the stormwater management and erosion control plan shall include stormwater runoff quality controls and other structural and non-structural, so maybe they should all be in pre.
That sounds like pre too, yeah. Maybe B as well, what do you think? 3B,
All right, let me move them up first and then we can discuss
Okay.
each one of them.
I think design standards is gonna be a long section, actually.
yeah,
Come to think of it, yeah. Cause I think we'll have in like. Information to put on the plan
yeah,
and
the
notes and stuff like
expanded
that,
plan,
and
the
then,
new notes.
Yeah.
The distinction between small.
yeah,
Okay, So we have the design standards, now we have the runoff quality, commercial projects and large residential projects. For commercial projects and large residential projects, the stormwater management and erosion control plan shall include stormwater runoff quality controls and other structural and non-structural stormwater control measures, or SCMs, consistent with the Massachusetts Stormwater Standards, I say handbook.
So did we define yet what a, competent soils professional or whatever means?
Soil evaluator.
Yeah.
What did we say?
The soil
License?
evaluator?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we
Has-
decided if they needed to be a PE or what they,
they're not a PE,
Uh,
they're a soil evaluator. I don't know what that is, but
Yeah,
Is it licensed? Cause you can
Yeah.
teach it and not be licensed.
yeah,
Right.
right, that's funny, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we
Pretty
put
much.
registered soil evaluator, didn't we?
Qualified soil evaluator.
Okay, qualified,
Yeah.
all right.
so what
Oh,
makes
my-
them qualified?
I,
Well, if they teach it, they're qualified.
They're a professional who has demonstrated the necessary experience or credentials, or a Massachusetts registered professional engineer with expertise in soils to perform soil evaluation specifically for stormwater management purposes, including infiltration feasibility.
it's a non-definition.
Is that the
Right.
definition? Yeah.
That's the definition, yeah.
All right.
I think you got that from ChatGPT, actually.
Yep.
That was a hard night.
Okay, time check, it is 8:24, and I have to go to the bathroom, so we need to move this along.
All right.
Okay, where did I end up? Oh, second one, stormwater runoff collected from rooftops may be recharged directly into the ground without pretreatment. That was from our original draft. That's still true?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stormwater runoff from paved areas subject to motor vehicles or other potential sources of contamination shall be pretreated prior to infiltration or recharge to remove sediment systems, suspended soils, oils, volatile organic compounds, and other contaminants that could impact groundwater quality.
Right.
Okay? Landscaping and tree planting, I just repeated what we had in the bylaw in the absence of any other applicable law, bylaw, regulation. The plan shall include the planting of 3 non-invasive trees with each with a minimum caliber of 2 inches or greater for every required infiltration system or design dry well installed to achieve the combined volumetric capacity.
Okay.
Okay,
My only,
Joe's
oops,
confused again.
Does
What-
that
what do you
say
think?
What's wrong,
native
Joe?
or non-invasive?
it says non-invasive, not native.
We need to
So,
say native.
sorry, but can we back up a little bit?
Yeah. Can I ask Deb a quick question before you
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
you start? Okay, Deb, do you want me to say native non-invasive or just non-invasive?
Well, native, yeah, I would say native.
native is not
Instead
invasive.
of non-invasive?
Yeah,
But, hold on, this is the same language as in the bylaw.
Yeah, we gotta fix that, we should.
Yeah.
Good point, we should
Yeah.
make that tweak in the bylaw.
But then, so once we make that change in the bylaw, do we need to repeat it? I mean, we can repeat it the same in the regulations, but. I don't know.
Some people are just gonna go right to the reg, so it might be,
Okay,
that's,
Yeah, all right, so what was the decision, I'm sorry, Nate, is non-invasive,
Native.
right?
No,
Native,
native.
all right. Native is non-invasive, not all non-invasives are not native, but all natives are non-invasive. Right,
sure.
thank you, you're accepting uncertain confirmation,
yeah.
We're safe going with native.
okay. So no Norway. Profile, maples,
No Norway maples. Nope.
no Bradford pears, right?
No. Good God, no.
No Lombardi poplars anymore.
Yeah, that's okay.
I
What's
just
the one
planted
with
6 of
the-
them from Colorado.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I can't,
Wait,
no nurseries in Massachusetts sell them anymore because the state has listed them as invasive species.
So you ordered them?
Yeah, they make lovely borders.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Okay, what did you have a question on, Joe?
Recorded.
Sorry.
So in this
Yeah.
section that we're in, can we back up to the a couple?
In the
can we
regs,
back up
right?
to the top of that? What's the title of this section?
All
We're on
right,
the
thank you.
In the
So this
regulation?
section,
Yeah.
In the regs.
in the regulation, what title of what section are we talking about? The where the landscaping thing is?
Yeah.
No, go
to
up design.
Okay, hold on. In the bylaw, not in the regulations, you want to know what
no, in
section
the regulation, Kim.
in the regulation, okay.
This section that we're working on here.
It's under landscaping and tree planting requirements, under the pre-construction requirements. It
Okay,
was,
general-
I did have originally have it under the post, but pre.
Combined, let me just have rainfall. Runoff for commercial and large residential projects and stormwater management. Runoff control measures. Okay, so back to the on a single family home, Tom, are we saying that the driveways are going to have their own their own collection system, or are we still going to stay with you design it for the total impervious area, but you only collect it from the roof?
I think it could require some driveways to have collection, right? Cause I think, we have like a phosphorus requirement. That's still in there, Kim, as well?
Yeah. Yeah,
So. I can see
So-
that, like, if you have like a 500 or maybe even a 750 square foot driveway, like typical driveways, maybe you don't have to, but if you have a 4,000 horseshoe shaped driveway, you should be collecting.
Right,
Like if-
so, but does this
certain-
mean that they would now have to put in a oil and gas separator?
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
because that's kind of big. Those are not cheap.
What's the oil and gas?
it's like a
Ju-
catch
so-
basin with a 4 foot sump. But there are, you can do, there are several designs you can because,
But
I
in-
know,
And don't
New-
those all have to be recorded with the DEP?
no.
No, okay,
No, not anymore. So the old, like 20 years ago, there was a injection well requirement for the dry wells. Then they can now just pass, like, if you have approval, all you have to do is show the location, you don't have to go through permitting.
right, but
Who
previously,
maintains those?
Oh, I think, oh, you're talking about like an actual collection point, like for a garage. This is, no, this is different. This is this is like a catch basin with a 4 foot sump and it would have a hood. So oils can't get into the ground. Oils will float to the top. So
right,
so the
but you still
pipe,
have to maintain them.
you still have to maintain them, yeah.
Yep, I mean, this says stormwater runoff from paved areas subject to motor vehicles or other potential sources shall be pre-treated prior to infiltration or recharge to remove sediment, suspended solids, oils, et cetera. So we should have we should specifically state again which homes does, because
Yep.
it was never a requirement.
Yeah.
There's never been a requirement for a single family home to have an oil and gas separator.
Yeah.
So we should be stating when,
When it was required.
Yeah,
that's all right.
how
this is
how big, like you want to capture the stuff that comes from like a parking lot or something. So how
Yeah.
big would a driveway have to be to trigger this?
right.
Yeah. That's, we're trying to, we're trying to work that out in the engineering office right now, like at what point.
Right.
Uh,
So
That
just
it
to be
should.
clear, the way it is now, we design the size of the system to include all impervious areas, but
Mhm.
we only collect the rainfall from the roof. So we're not, even though we're designing it for X amount of volume, we're currently not collecting X amount of volume.
Right? Right, yeah, because you got a small roof and a long driveway. And you're collecting just from the roof, you have this, it's sized for the whole impervious area, but you're only collecting a small amount,
Right.
so.
So,
Or could it be the reverse?
And it-
You have a huge house, huge roof, you're collecting, but you're required to
So you,
collect oil off a.
he's not talking about infiltration alone,
Right.
and, yeah, so. If you are collecting from a driveway. According to the handbook, is you have to reduce. The total suspended solids by 44% before it's discharged into the ground. That
Yeah,
is
so
hard
we-
to meet.
so we
That
need
is hard to
to,
meet. Yeah, so. Other towns are just gonna look in the other way, okay, you put a catch basin in with the 4-foot sump and a hood. And you're good enough, you just have to maintain it, you just have to maintain it more often. That's how they're doing it.
Okay.
right, but the other point is that you know, we're not collecting, currently, we're not collecting the amount of water that we're designing for. I don't think we still want to do that. We want to collect as much water as possible.
What do you mean? That
I-
we're not-
Cause we're not collecting from the driveways or any other impervious area, so like. If there's a driveway that's built like thousands of square feet, that's it's directing towards the road where. And then we're just collecting the roof runoff.
Right,
So like I think Joe's saying, you gotta balance it somehow, you gotta take some of the driveway too. Otherwise, you're not collecting at all, you just have a big system dry, pretty much dry.
Driveways,
Okay.
patios, walkways, all of that.
Tom, have you looked at any of the other town requirements to see on this trigger that gets you into the oil and grease removal game, what size limits? Because I agree with Joe that it's a pretty big deal once you're into that, if you truly follow through on the requirement to start dealing with the issue. So it better have a pretty, clear limitation on the size of the driveway.
So the only one that I really know that's hammers people on is Newton. Everything requires a driveway, grate, catch basin, an infiltration system. Natick, they just want the roof runoff. Wellesley, I'm not quite sure Wellesley, any changes, I think it's just roof runoff.
right.
Um,
How much do these cost? What's it add to
the catch basin is probably like close to 10,000, installed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
Josh,
this-
make a
Yeah.
note to add that as a potential cost.
Well, yeah, the catch basin itself, probably like 3,500,
Yeah, because that was your estimate less than 4,000 or so.
yeah.
Right, but then the labor and the materials to pipe it into the system and all of that. Yeah, you're gonna be up around 10.
And who maintains?
That's how much we would be paying. We'd be paying about 10, and that's. And you base it on prevailing wage and
Yeah,
one catch basin, right?
is there like a contractor who goes around every 5 years and maintains these, like this service that you could?
Yeah,
It's
so,
not, is it just a weekend project? We could,
yeah, so there are there are companies that will pump out the catch basin. And also the homeowner could, if they wanted to, they could do it themselves too.
okay,
They'd have to. Bring it to the RTS or something,
right. Okay,
Okay, so I highlighted the
that's-
greater than whatever square feet, because we need to find out from engineering what a good threshold would be.
yeah.
And
Okay.
just on,
All right,
this is-
so, go ahead.
Just.
but just a question on cost, so there's already a requirement to put in catch basins. How, Would, how many more catch basins is this likely to require than what's currently required?
So we haven't required anyone, unless they're collecting from a driveway or something that would present a lot of suspended solids or oils. So typically commercial structures have to do
Okay,
So-
we're dipping into residential now.
it. Yeah, and we're
This-
resident.
All right,
But we haven't
So
decided.
we
whether-
haven't, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we have not processed an application that required a catch basin from a driveway or from. Right now,
I think
Okay.
the only time we've ever required a catch basin is if you're doing a whole development. Like, and that's the planning board, not
developments or
necessarily us.
commercial, right,
okay.
industrial, yeah.
Thank you.
But I'm happy this is in regs so that we can tweak it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easier than, okay. All
So-
right,
Cause I'm just gonna stop you for just a second. So after this, that, we already went over the soil testing part of it, so that's fine.
Yeah.
So that would bring us to the end of this section and we would be at low permeability soil next. Okay, so I have a couple of items that I'd like to address before we either move forward or do something else. So clearly, we're not getting done with this draft before I go on vacation to get posted and out for review as a draft document for people to assess with the
Right.
bylaw. So this is going to have to continue
canceling your
after I get back.
vacation?
Only if you're gonna swim out to me, because I do not get good internet access on the boat.
all right.
So we're gonna have to continue this once I get back. So we have a couple things to decide. Number one, meetings in September. And how fast and how much can we get done and get this out sooner rather than later. I'd rather not wait till the end of September to get this out to the public to review, just 3 weeks before they're supposed to vote on a bylaw.
Kim, when are you gone? What are the dates?
And where
am
are you
gone.
going? Where are you going?
I'm going to the Bahamas and Bermuda, although I see it still raining the whole time, but it's okay.
Oh, you're going
Bahamas
on a
and Bermuda.
cruise? You're
No, we're
on a-
going on another cruise, yes. So I am
Okay.
gone from the 30th and I will be back on September 10th. I technically get
Nice.
back on the 8th, but between
Yeah,
travel
right.
and everything, I took the 9th off as well. So we need to have another a couple of meetings at least set up. And with the understanding that we need to get this completed and done and posted, at least a draft version of it. It might not be the final version and we can still make edits to it through October. But we need to have something out there where people can look, because at the public meeting, we said we'd have more details in the regulations. And and Katie was pretty specific about, she doesn't see how people would vote on a bylaw if they don't know the specifics behind it with the regulations. I understand that we were not mandated to do the regulations, but as we can see, it's a big
Right.
part of the bylaw. So we need to come up with a schedule of, or shared amount of meetings that we can do. We need to try and get as many as we can in from the 10th of September on. And I would ideally like to get this done at the latest by the end of September. That's only
Yeah.
giving them like 3 weeks to review it. I mean, it is 3 weeks, so it's not like you're giving them 10 minutes, but it is a pretty short time span.
I hate to offer Thursday, but would the 11th work?
I would just add to that, so I am away from the 8th through the 15th.
9/8 to 9/15.
And then I have a couple of other individuals. So, September, October is usually when I take most of my vacation. Some of it
Okay.
lump and some of it days here and there, so. I don't
Concom
have
on
commitments.
September 11th.
Okay,
Are we still scheduled to have a hearing with the select board on the 9th?
that was floated, right, as an option. I can't remember, there were 2 dates. Floated, I don't remember.
Say 23rd, the other one.
I think, yeah,
I mean, I think it'd be better to be the 23rd.
okay. Okay. All right, what's some other dates we could,
I mean, 24th, sorry, select the meetings, 24th.
24th?
Wednesday?
Oh, we
Yeah.
moved that,
Yeah,
that's
it's a
right,
Wednesday meeting.
okay. Um,
Are you talking about September 24th?
Yes.
yes.
It's Rosh Hashanah?
That's the end of Rosh Hashanah.
Okay, so that doesn't matter.
Well, it's after Rosh Hashanah.
Okay, all right.
Hey, with the Wednesday, the 17th work for anyone?
Yes, that works for me.
Works for me.
I could probably do that
I could do it.
They were-
off that
All right.
afternoon.
Yeah, I should be able to do the 17th.
You'll be back from your staycation?
I know, I'm jealous, Kim. You actually are going somewhere. I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, if I don't go somewhere, I'll just work.
Mm-hmm. I know the feeling.
Mm,
Here I am.
as evidenced by your presence this evening. Yes, yes.
And
So we
last
have
night
the,
and tomorrow night.
yes, so we have the 17th. Any other days
And-
that week?
Do you really want to double book the 18th and do a double?
I want as many meetings, any nights that anybody's available. If we're gonna get this done, I mean, we haven't even gotten through the entire document yet. We need to get through the whole document and take a run through it after it's been drafted all together, just to make sure it all looks and sounds correct.
Monday's a Jewish holiday, the 22nd, right?
Yes, but I was looking at the previous week, like I could do the 16th or the 18th.
I could do, if we did the 17th, we could do this. Do the 16th, I could do the 18th.
So
Joe, you're-
16,
you're
17,
away.
18.
Okay, I
Uh,
can't do 18, I could do 16.
I
Okay,
can't do
16.
16.
Okay.
I'm sorry, John, can you say that one more time?
I'm not available on the 16th.
Okay, are you on the 18th?
I could be, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not available on the 18th.
um,
So are we not doing September 3rd?
We are not doing September 3rd, no. That was
Okay.
just my trying to use the same.
Okay, gotcha.
uh, Zoom link, and it sent out things before I fixed the date on it, so.
Okay.
you know,
And the 15th, Joe's out, right?
yeah, Joe's out.
So 16 and 17 are good for me, 18 is not.
You know, here's a crazy idea. If we booked 16th, 17th, and 18th,
Yeah,
we get Joe and we get John at different meetings though, but we'd have more
Yeah.
meetings.
yeah,
Well, I
Um,
mean, I think Joe and Tom are essential coming down the
Okay.
stretch here.
Gee, thanks.
I
I'm-
trust you.
Well,
All right,
that goes
they
without
wanna make it
saying.
Deb, you and I
Wanna
can
make-
take off. We don't gotta be here. See?
I know.
Yeah,
We're
you're-
non-essential personnel.
You're an
Yeah.
Alright, so the-
automatic, you know.
Hmm.
I was talking
So the
about
18th?
guys that are borderline.
Oh, okay. Thanks, I feel better.
16th, 17th, and 18th.
Okay, oh, you want to do 16th, all right, so I have 17th and 18th, and you want to add the 16th too?
Yep.
Oh my God, okay,
And then that following week, we got what? Anybody got any
Select board on the
availability?
20 Well, select board's on the 24th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
So
are you?
that's like our deadline, like 18th is our deadline, we have to be done by then.
yeah,
Yeah, I think we have to have a good draft then, and. It's like we doesn't have to prove it at that time, but someone can look at it and say, this is a document that is good to go or needs to be tweaked a little bit, otherwise they're happy with it.
Yeah, the select board's not gonna be approved.
Right, so people just need to know that we are like 99% there.
Yeah. Okay. I'm confident we can finish this off in 3 meetings scheduled.
You
Actually,
sure?
4. We got 16, 17, 18. That's 6 hours of meeting about one document.
Yeah,
And you're gonna do a whole chunk of it, right?
Yep.
so we don't want anything between the 10th and the 19th. I mean, the 10th and the 15th, correct? 10th, 11th, 12th, or 15th.
We do, don't we? 10.
Yeah,
Or do we have a
I'll be
third?
away then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
Joe
could
will
do
be
the
away.
11th. All right, we could do the 11th. But I doubt no one's around.
Well, Joe's not around.
Joe's not around.
I can't do that either.
Okay,
I think we stick with the 16, 17, 18.
Okay.
Right?
all right, let's do it.
Are all of them with an in-person availability or any of them strictly online?
Oh, hybrid.
Okay.
Right? And then, all right,
If
and
I
you
just
we'll
have
want
to
all
put
any
in a-
hope of getting Sue, we have to be in person too.
Okay, I'm just saying, because I have to request a building monitor for those nights, so I just want to make sure I know them physically, somebody's
Yeah.
gonna be there.
Okay. Yeah, if you could book those and post them and announce them, that'd be great. And then we're all going on the cruise with you, right, Kim? So.
Come on aboard.
Oh,
right,
nice.
We'll be stowaways. We'll have a meeting in the casino.
Surprise.
I'm totally on board with that one. In the casino, they'll bring me liquor at the same time. That's great.
Most boring casino in the world.
We could definitely get through the
Alright.
regulations then.
Yeah,
Okay.
no kidding.
So we have three more meetings set up. Tom and
Yeah.
I are gonna meet, I'm hoping tomorrow and Friday morning, Tom. To go over more of this stuff and some of these things we gotta nail down.
Yep.
I'm gonna finish or work on finishing the formatting and fixing it so that it's at least correct throughout the document.
Yeah.
And
Can you
then
give
we're
me the
gonna-
dates one more time?
Sure, September 16, 17, 18.
Okay.
Can I ask?
You had a September 3rd reserved, is that?
No,
Was
I
that
do
a
not
thing?
have it reserved. It was an accidental enter on my part, trying to update the dates of the same Zoom link. So the Zoom link is going to change for these next 3.
Okay.
Can I ask a question on the scheduling?
Yes,
And maybe it's gonna be happening informally there at the Public Works office, but while Kim is gone and before Joe leaves, is there any work that could be done to sort of advance this thing, even if we don't have Kim's wizardry of whipping out the.
you have AI.
But are there discussion issues that can happen short of crafting up, every word? And Tom,
Well, my
maybe
thought is,
you and
sorry,
Joe are doing that anyhow, but
John, I think that's an excellent idea. And I think if the week I'm gone, if you guys are available to have any meetings or discussions or want to do it, I mean, coming up with a Q&A document would be great. I can provide the template that
Yeah.
we want to accompany the regulations and bylaw based on the questions that we got, because we had discussed having that happening at the same time.
Right.
I mean, it seemed like there's some technical issues that we were wrestling with tonight. On some of the things that Tom brought up that kind of a roll up the sleeves session to talk those through
Mhm.
might be a way to kind of advance the ball.
You can if stuff's in the documents on the share stuff.
Yeah.
If that was there, you can review them, but we can't meet and you can't email around because that's an open meeting violation.
Yeah.
So,
Right,
yeah, but if you want to review it, get questions teed up.
we can have a smaller working group, as long as it's not a quorum, right? Or is that,
No, you
not,
can't.
not even do that? Okay,
Well, like you and Joe are both on the committee, so.
right, so like if I have a meeting up here, Joe can come up and, no? Oh,
Well,
No,
most
yes, sir.
days.
Yeah, I think as also with the staff, you talk to them all every day.
yeah,
This is a gray area.
yeah.
I mean,
it's very
you could
good.
just post it. I mean, that would solve it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's no roll, there's no vote.
Well, yeah, it'd be a
No
sub-
vote.
we could appoint you as a subcommittee. I mean, I'm happy to do that.
Right.
Yeah,
Can I make a motion that we appoint Tom and Joe as a subcommittee to
And
work
Deb-
on,
Deb-
and
Deb.
Deb, yes, and
And
Deb, I'm
Deb.
sorry. To work on um, regulations.
I
Sure,
agree.
Yeah.
okay,
Second the
so
motion.
anyone, you gonna second that?
I do.
So
All
hold
right,
on,
roll call.
hold on. The
Yeah.
motion, stop. The motion is from Josh to create a subcommittee for technical regulation discussion,
Yep,
seconded
Among-
by John.
yeah, and the people on the subcommittee are Deb, Joe, and Tom.
Deb, Joe, and Tom. Okay.
All right, let's have a vote, roll call vote, John Salo,
Yes.
Josh Levy,
Yes.
Janine,
Yes.
Tom Ryder,
yes,
Deb Anderson,
Yes.
Joe Conrad.
I guess.
And the chair votes yes, you're on the subcommittee, you can work, all right.
But it has to
Yeah,
be posted.
I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm gonna be limited
Yeah.
in.
doesn't
time.
mean you have to show up, just means that we have, if we
Yeah.
have to post something, we can do it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're slow and bored in conservation, so. Yeah, we'll be good.
Okay,
Okay.
So
Then
what date is that happening?
Is it-
I don't think we set a date.
Okay,
I'll
you
leave
guys
it to them to set the
you guys-
date.
pick the date, you subcommitteers.
the subcommittee needs to pick a date or pick a time or whatever, get it posted. So it would be somewhere between today and
The 16th.
September 12th,
Sure.
because Joe's gone, right?
Yeah, I'm gone from the 8th to the 15th, through the 15th.
So between now and September 5th, essentially, you need to have a meeting.
Well, I'm gone
Mhm.
now. I'm not really here.
We
So
may not meet, but if.
next week, the
Mhm.
2nd through the
Right.
5th,
Right,
and it can
Do
be
we have
during
to
the
pick it
day,
now?
can it? Can it be during the day or does it have to be after hours?
no, anytime you're a subcommittee, do what you need to. And you all staff too.
I know, but I didn't know if it was a conflict if you're on a subcommittee and you're meeting on company time, essentially.
Yeah, doing the work for the town though, so.
Yes. Okay, all right. So somewhere
I
between
think-
September 2nd and September 5th, there will be a meeting of the subcommittee.
So do we have to like keep minutes recordings or something or?
You keep minutes,
and there has to be a notice 48 hours in advance of the meeting.
They have to be recorded?
It doesn't have to be.
no.
It
No,
doesn't have to be
record-
recorded, I don't think. I hope.
Minutes are
I mean,
recordings, and minutes aren't necessarily, dictation. It
and
can
it's
be
not a
read-
public meeting though, right? Other, like, people can't come to it, right?
That would be hilarious.
I think it is actually.
It sure is, it's a public meeting.
If it's a public meeting, don't you have to make it available online?
No,
Not a subcommittee work.
I mean, it's our practice, like. For committees, but. It's not a requirement.
Why don't we just
Right.
chat at the water cooler and not tell
Yeah,
anyone?
yeah. Well, I thought you were gonna notice,
Notice
at the
water-
water-
Well, Tom, if you need to
served.
set up a, if you need to set up,
Very
if you need to get a
served,
Zoom
yeah.
going for it or something, you might want to let somebody know that, especially if you want me to set one up for you.
All right, yeah, I'm thinking that I'm gonna meet with engineering staff and then we'll figure out if Deb and Joe can attend, and if they can, then we'll set up the. Have them come in.
Well, if you
Okay.
tell me what the secret knock is, then I should be able to join you.
Yeah, there is a
We can
secret
tell
knock.
you, but we'd have to kill you. No, just kidding.
Okay, But it's worth it, but it's worth it.
And remember. the
That's
first
what I
is a
hear.
holiday. The first is a
Okay.
holiday.
Yeah.
And then-
Alrighty,
Right.
so there is all that. I will try to get all the
Thursday.
meeting minutes from the previous meeting and these 2 meetings we just had posted before I leave, but no guarantees, but I'm trying.
Right.
So at least the next time we meet on the 16th, 17th, 18th, we can kind of vote on them. Get those out of the way. I am
Okay.
also updating the formatting on the regulations, so at least the formatting's correct. When do we need, just to review, when do we need to have all of our documents submitted to get the bylaw on town meeting? I thought that was the 9th.
Well, I mean, September 9th is when we're closing the warrants. But I
Correct.
think, yeah,
September 9th.
So do we have everything we need to get it on the warrant? Because
I
I
think
haven't
we
done
discussed
anything for
it.
that.
Yeah, we're good.
yeah,
It's sort of this placeholder, we're good.
yeah.
It doesn't have to be polished. I mean, it will be until it goes to the press.
Whatever final bylaw on the right in blue, that has to get to Katie or Miles actually to get in the warrant. That, I think that's the only thing. Right
By
now.
the 9th.
Yes.
Well, he likes to put it together Thursday before, so. by
So I
the-
need to send it to him before I go on vacation, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or Tom
but-
needs to.
Yeah, but no, I don't think there are any changes. We didn't, whatever is showing on the screen now in blue is what has to be sent.
Yeah.
Okay. I did make changes tonight. There have been some tweaks
Yeah.
in the,
Yeah, so
while we're
include
going through the
those.
regulations.
Yeah, include those.
Yeah, and if there are changes, they can still be made. Until printing, and but just for promulgating, posting it. He would need it the Thursday before.
So we need to
So
get
this
sent,
Thursday,
hold on.
tomorrow,
We need to get sent to Miles by
right,
September
Right.
4th. The stormwater bylaw draft.
yeah.
Am I correct in that
Uh,
statement?
Wait.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Like,
Josh,
If we have like any clarification fixes at all. You say it's still not too late after that. Like if we say there's a. Clarification and a definition or something,
But
So-
they're meant to be technical corrections, not
Yeah.
substantial
right,
corrections.
right.
Yeah, not major, right.
okay,
And I don't know
So-
when it's going to happen.
okay. So, Tom, you and I need to discuss that tomorrow as to who's sending what, when, where, and who, to who, and how. But for the, Josh, you had mentioned having a meeting set up before the vote with, I believe you said finance or somebody, I can't remember which, it's on our timeline.
Yeah, there will be a finance committee meeting. Do you want me to, whatever you want as chair, but you tell me. I mean, I'm happy to reach out to try to schedule that with the finance committee if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please. And I say that with all
the-
sincerity.
Yeah,
I
let
could
us know what
cry.
dates work for them.
Yeah.
And then Tom. Josh, I will go with cable.
The cable, what?
No, this is for FinCom.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
No.
FinCom. We will probably have.
Oh,
presenters
okay.
At FinCom.
okay, right, I forgot about that.
And Joe, you might have to come too. You don't have to, but
Yeah, they are gonna ask,
we don't have a date yet.
Hey, another suggestion, unless Kim is gonna get out all these minutes in short order, perhaps a short email to folks on these meeting dates so that some of the people that aren't here tonight could have a heads up on that, as early as possible?
Yes,
Oh,
my
that'd be great.
goal is to do meeting minutes tomorrow morning. That's my goal.
But you
Okay.
might highlight these meeting dates in the transmittal or something, so it's not just buried in the minutes.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, no, I'll also be making the agendas ahead of time for the next 3 meetings anyways. So in that email that you guys get from Tom, it will include all 3 agendas as well as
Okay,
a little
Right.
sum up of
Uh,
additional
my
scheduled
golden gate
meetings.
invitation.
Okay,
All right.
so hold on a second. Can we just double check this really quick? I know it's 9 o'clock, but hang with me for just 1 second here. So Josh, you are handling the schedule with Molly and John
Yes,
for the finance committee.
yes.
Select board meeting prior to the town meeting is now what date?
24th.
Will you confirm that with?
Yeah.
Okay.
Potentially that's changing to September 24th
Yeah,
instead of October.
So if it's not, so either, the only 2 dates are the 24th or October 14th.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what is that meeting? Select board meeting prior to town meeting? Is that just to go over our final bylaw draft? Or is that to talk about regulations that will be coming to them following the passing, assuming, of the bylaw? What is
We're
the
gonna try
24th meant
both.
to do?
24th is to present, so that when we go to the 14th, we vote positions, we know to vote for it.
Vote for what? The bylaw or the regulations?
The bylaw. We have to vote the warrant issue, articles in the warrant, we need to either vote for or against.
Okay, Josh, could you do me a favor? Could you
Yes.
write up a quick email to me? Detailing what the 24th is supposed to, like, what we're supposed to be talking to the select board about, or say, like, basically the purpose of the meeting on the 24th?
Yes, I can do that. I think, part of it is, just to, show a more final version, because the last time we went to the select board, there were still some things to iron out, and we hadn't had the public hearing yet, or the listening
Okay.
session. So,
Okay.
so I don't think it will take as long. I think it's meant to show any updates or changes that have been made.
Right,
Okay, yeah, if you could just detail that for me in a
Yes.
succinct email, so I can actually follow it and do that, that would be great. As well as the
Absolutely.
finance committee thing. And
Yep.
then finally, who, what, where, and when are we doing the Q&A flyer, 2-page flyer, and as to what questions should be on it with responses? When would we be doing those things?
let's see.
And is that
Yep.
something we need to do as a committee together? Or is that
No.
something I can draft a document and then the committee can vote on whether they like what's in it?
Yes.
Yeah, and edit it and contribute to it, you know. Yes,
Yeah, I do not, yeah, we don't need to do the FAQ in a room together.
Okay, so I will put that together
all right,
and we will have, and we can, when we accept the meeting minutes, presumably at the 16th meeting, we can
Yeah.
then quickly review the Q&As and finish up the regulations. Unless you want to do the regulations first and do the Q&A at the end of it in case there's anything that comes up from that.
regs first. All regs
Regs
all the
first.
time.
Okay, so Q&A, we will vote on presumably on the 18th.
Sure,
Okay. I just want to make sure if I put it, I need to put it on the agenda, and if I'm making the agendas now, I want to make sure I include that. So we potentially would be able to post the draft regulations and Q&A to that website for people to use as a resource when reviewing and considering voting on the bylaw the week of September 22nd, correct?
Because we'd be finished with them on the 18th, you're saying?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's on the 18th. We had the select board meeting on the 24th.
So should I not post anything till the 25th?
No, because it'll be in the packet, so it'll be public.
Yeah, I would, as soon as we voted on them, I guess. Finished.
We can always revise them.
Yeah.
And then we're teed up to go into October, getting ready for town meeting.
Okay. Is there any kind of, and I don't mean to open up Pandora's box here, but is there any kind of, I don't want to say marketing, but for lack of a better term, marketing strategy, thought process behind Facebook postings, whatever other social media stuff we use? I don't think we use Twitter or whatever.
I think.
Whatever it is to
No.
say, this is, you're gonna be asked to vote in October about our stormwater bylaw. Here are the places you can review and do this.
Yeah. Right, I did have a thought of having, if Tom wants to go on being cable, either me or Josh do into it.
Sure.
And have it, like, talk it up.
Yeah.
And, handle the barrage of questions,
Yeah.
and I'll talk to
And then
them.
potentially have something posted with Amy on the Needham News.
Yep. So
So whatever we
Yes.
need to post there or whatever we want to provide, I'm assuming she's gonna put the link to the webpage where you can find this information. So she would start posting something the week that we put it live on the website for every week up to town meeting. I just want to give
That
her a
seems-
heads up.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what her cadence is, but yeah. The other thing I was thinking of was the warrant meeting, the voters warrant meeting.
There isn't one in,
We're not having one? Okay,
the League of Women Voters only does spring.
okay.
I have a comment.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, based on the public session that we had, I think I mentioned it before. Somewhere, I think we should clearly state what the stormwater bylaw is not.
Yes.
Because, where that would go, I think, Josh and Kevin would have a better handle on that. But, we got a lot of questions about that were really related to the town's drainage system, and the
Right.
stormwater bylaw does not address that. And I think, for purposes of streamlining all the discussions, including town meeting, it should be very clear that it's not about the drainage infrastructure in the town.
Right. I think we
Yeah.
should put that definitely in as a component in the Q&A.
Yeah.
And also maybe as a statement on the website itself. On that webpage that I created.
Yep, that's my only thought on this part.
It's a very good thought.
Kim,
It's not,
another thought on your publicity question.
Mhm.
I know a fair number of town meeting members that read the Needham Observer very regularly.
Oh, yeah.
They haven't done anything that I've seen recently around our meetings that we had. Now, I'm not sure why that is. It's kind of surprising, but maybe we need to be proactive and have them interview you or Tom or Kevin and
You who?
get a well-informed article out there ahead of the town meeting.
Who you? Who is you?
You, Kim.
Oh, no. They don't need to talk to me at all. Nobody needs to
Okay,
know of my
no.
existence ever.
So Kevin and Tom,
Mhm.
and Josh, it's a great vehicle, and they generally do pretty factual, accurate articles. It's a matter of whether they're interested enough to do it.
Who has a contact at the Observer?
I do. I'll talk. I'll talk to them, I'll talk to them and they can. Talk to.
Okay.
Whoever's up for it.
Make a motion to adjourn.
With that being said, who's motioning to adjourn?
So
Josh.
moved.
I do.
Okay.
Alright,
Joe has
second.
motioned, who seconds?
I second that emotion.
Deb seconds that emotion.
Mm-hmm.
alright. Alright.
She'll even
roll
do a
call
little
vote.
Gladys Knight in the pips for you if you want.
Alright, we're voting to adjourn. John Salo,
Yes.
Josh Levy,
Yes.
Janine stepped off, right? Okay. Tom Ryder,
Yes.
Deb Anderson,
Oh, yeah.
Joe Condad,
Yes.
and I vote yes too. Alright, we're adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you.
Night,
We'll see
Thank you,
you-
everybody.
and-
Have a wonderful time,
Yeah.
week, whatever time ways, and we'll see you soon.